Welcome back to my channel. Listen, we have more information about that early breaking news. It's the Trump administration terminates approval for the New York City congestion pricing. This is from ABC News. This happened about 47 minutes ago. I know there's not a lot of happy campers out there.
This afternoon and this evening.
Hold on, excuse me.
Clouds increase, maybe a few breaks here and there, and tomorrow morning.
I don't want to hear the weather report.
Thursday, still dry, but Thursday afternoon, especially late.
I don't want to hear the weather report. Sorry. Anyway, the weather report is some of these folks who support congestion pricing are wet. Anyway, so let's get into this. The MTA administration terminates approval for New York City congestion pricing. The MTA congestion pricing toll was terminated Wednesday after the Trump administration pulled the federal approval for the program. Let's see. Okay. The U.S. Department of Transportation has pulled its approval for the MTA congestion pricing toll program, but the MTA is bound to take the decision to federal court to ensure the plan will continue. In a release Wednesday, the DOT's Federal Highway Administration said it sent a letter to Governor Kathy Hochul informing her that the department has rescinded the agreement. I think this is what happens when you go against Trump. You want to remove Eric Adams, right? Well, look what happens. New York State congestion pricing plan is a slap in the face to working class Americans and small business owners, said U.S. Department Secretary Sean Duffy. Commuters using the highway system to enter New York City had already financed the construction and improvement of these highways through the payment of gas taxes and other taxes, but now the toll program leaves drivers without any free highway alternatives and instead take more money from the working people to pay for a transit system and not highways. It's backwards and unfair. The program also hurts small businesses in New York that had relied on customers from New Jersey and Connecticut. Finally, it police a flow of commerce into New York by increasing costs for trucks, which in turn makes goods more expensive for the consumer. Every American should be able to access New York City regardless of their economic means. It shouldn't be reserved for elite few. Duffy said in a letter to Hochul that the plan is being terminated for two reasons. Number one, the scope of the CBDTP is unprecedented and provides no toll-free options for many drivers who want to or need to travel by vehicle in this major urban area. Two, the toll rate was set primarily to raise revenue for the transit rather than the amount needed to reduce congestion. NTA Chairman and CEO Gino Lieberman, whatever the fungo's name is, released a statement that the NTA has already filed papers in federal court in response to the DOT letter. Today, the NTA filed papers in federal court to ensure that the highly successful program, which has already dramatically reduced congestion, reduced traffic, and faster travel times while increasing the speeds for buses and emergency vehicles, will continue, notwithstanding this baseless effort to snatch those benefits away from the millions of mass transit users, pedestrians, and especially the drivers who come to the Manhattan Central Business District. Is mystified that after 4 years and 4,000 pages of federal supervised environmental review, and barely 3 months after giving final approval to congestion pricing relief program, the U.S. DOT would seek to totally reverse course. Yeah, but it was Biden that gave it to you, not Trump. Biden gave it, Trump took it away. Launched on January 5th, the city system used license plates reader to impose a $9 toll on most passenger cars entering Manhattan neighborhoods south of Central Park. In its early days, transit officials said the tool had brought modest but measurable traffic reduction. It was supposed to be $15, but because of the Trump conviction, they pulled it out in the summer. It's only after the election was over they decided to bring it back. But now it's $9. City Control Brad Lander released a statement that congestion pricing had been working, saying traffic is down, travel times have plummeted 30%, traffic ridership has surged, and hundreds of millions of dollars are flowing to improve our subway and buses. We must not let drag us back to the crapper subway service, standstill traffic, and smoggier air, Lander went on to say. Yeah, but what about the outside boroughs? Don't they deserve clean air too? Not just Lower Manhattan? Having been in the forefront of the fight to implement congestion pricing, I am appealing that the President Trump and his U.S. Department of Transportation put this in reverse and, and purely for political reasons. The Ride Alliance argued that the public transit riders have enjoyed faster and more reliable bus service throughout New York and New Jersey. We have organized for a decade, had two governor accountabilities, and prevailed on court in 3 states after years of exhaustive environmental studies. We are committed to maintaining and expanding our victory and will defend it with everything we have, Ride Alliance Executive Director Betsy Plum said. However, Borough President Vito Facello released a statement thanking the Trump administration for the termination, the approval. It's always been a 3-strike loser and a non-starter for Staten Islanders. More traffic, more air pollution, and more tolls. The program was revised unceremoniously at political opportunity time for political reasons. To bring an end to the program is the right thing, not just for Staten Island, but for the city as a whole. The NTA followed this action by turning off the toll readers and relieving Staten Island residents from this unnecessary and burden tax once and for all. The toll survived several lawsuits trying to halt it before this launch, including from the state of New Jersey, unionized teachers in New York City, a trucking industry group, and local election leaders in the Hudson River Valley, Long Island, and northern New Jersey. These are the main people who were trying to screw Trump. Yes, those judges. New Jersey Representative Judge Gov also praised the move to halt the program, calling a huge win for Jersey families, the wallets, and the environment. From day one, when we started this fight, we knew that the congestion tax was just a giant cash grab for New York and the NTA. All the backs of hardworking New Jersey families, he said. They never cared about how the tax would hurt New Jersey families. They just needed the cash to pay for the NTA's woeful mismanagement. Called the Associated Press and ABC News contributed to this report. Associated Press? Oh, the people who said, oh, it's the Gulf of Mexico. No, it's the Gulf of America. And out you go. No, because as you may recall, back in June when Trump was convicted of these 34 counts by Alan Bragg's, Hakeem Jeffries told the governor, the minority leader in the House, that if she doesn't pull the plug on congestion pricing at that time, the Republicans were going to use this as a campaign issue and they were going to lose those House seats. So she pulled the plug in June, and it was $15 at the time before it was supposed to be implemented at the end of the month. To much anger and fanfare to the people who support this thing. So after the election was over, around November, December, she decided to bring it back at $9 and put it in on June 5th before Biden's term as president would end. And they've been collecting $9 ever since. But the thing is, the NTA has been taking money before, and they had squandered it, they had screwed it, they had all kinds of financial problems, all kinds of financial scandals, and not to mention that they took over 7 private bus lines that they should not have done. That's draining the subway system of money. And of course, a huge fare beating problem. Of course, the service is bad because you're taking over 7 private bus lines. You're taking money away from the subway to put it on the buses. And lo and behold, you're having a problem. You can't fix the problem on the subway and the buses at the same time. So they think throwing more money at it is going to solve the problem. I mean, I could take $1,000 in dimes and throw it at a train. Is it going to fix the problem? No, it's not. I mean, that's throwing money at it. Their version, of course, is different, but it's still the same problem. So, let's see what happens in court, and hopefully Trump will dig their heels in and say, screw you, Kathy. Ha ha. So this is Al Cat saying so long for now, and don't forget your stop.